Nottingham Forest 3, Tottenham 0. Welcome in to Top the Perch. I am your host, as always, Nick Burt. It felt like things were finally turning around for Tottenham. They got the 2-2 draw at St. James Park for Newcastle. They then follow that up with a 2-0 victory against Brentford and follow that up with a 3-0 victory against Slavia Prague in the Champions League. Felt like things finally turning around for Tottenham. Got a road match against Nottingham Forest. Not the easiest of games, but Tottenham's form away has been phenomenal this year. And it's like, okay, maybe Tottenham start picking up momentum here, go 4 games unbeaten in all competitions. Nope. Tottenham Hotspur just can't do that because that would just be merely too easy. Tottenham just completely outplayed in this one today. There's no better way to put it. I mean, completely outplayed. First goal of the game, I don't even know what... There's so much bad going on here. Vicario makes a dumb pass to Archie Gray, who was basically at the top of the box and being pressured by Forrest. Ends up being a turnover. Bing, bang, boom. Hudson-Odoi puts it in the back of the net. It is 1-0 Nottingham Forest. I honestly kind of put that one all on Vicario. I get that he already made the pass, but he should have known, like, Gray is very much under pressure. Just an absolute just disaster. Vicario is just not doing enough. Looked absolutely just lost out there. It always feels like Vicario has 1 or 2 good games, and then everybody starts to believe in him again, and then just it's over like that. It just becomes a mess. It becomes something like this where he makes a stupid pass that nobody should be making. It ends up in a goal, and he starts blaming other people, which, again, Archie Gray's not blameless here, but you got to have the mental fortitude to think, oh, we got a guy coming in, flying on the attack here, right behind Archie Gray. Should we make a pass to him when he probably doesn't know he's coming? Like, what are we doing? Come on. Got to be better than that. Tottenham, right? It was actually Archie Gray that registered a chance for Tottenham, I believe, in the 34th minute with a shot from outside the box that tests the keeper. Not enough. He makes an easy save that goes out of play. We go into the half at 1-0 to Forest. And we come out of the half, and it's even more of a disaster than what the first half was. I mean, 50th minute, it's a cross into the... I mean, it looked like it was going to be a cross into the box, but Hudson-Odoi just screamer to the back top corner. Like I said, I thought they were going for the header at that far post because Forest had a player there. Into the back of the net, it's 2-0 Forest. It was a stunning shot. I have to say that was pretty incredible to watch. And then the subs just become a mess. And then I believe it was, like the graphic says, 79th minute. It goes 3-0 to Forest. Another shot from outside the box, banks off the far post, and in. Nottingham Forest take a 3-0 lead with 11 minutes remaining in the game, and that is how the game would stay. I don't know what we do here. Today kind of felt like a breaking point-ish game. I get two of the goals were quite spectacular goals that took feats of strength, basically, to get to the back of the net. But at some point, we do have to question what this Thomas Frank era is. I get the answer is not switching managers every 6 to 18 months, because that's not the way to fix things. And I don't really think changing a manager is on the cards right now, but there has been just there's been nothing really. There's no real feeling of, any type of sustained anything under Thomas Frank. It feels like the tactics change every week. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. There's just no identity. There's no identity at all with this Tottenham team right now, and that plays a big problem. I know, and this is not me harping on I want Postecoglou back, because I don't. I think bringing back a manager is just a stupid and dumb decision. I'll say the same thing about Pochettino. I don't think we should bring him back. I get it's been years for him. I still wouldn't do that again. I don't see anything. There's no vision. At least with Ange, there was a vision. Play attacking football, even if it means we're losing 5-4 or 3-0. Injuries killed his brand of football. And Tottenham Hotspur refused to actually bring in, reputable backups. I mean, hell, Ben Davies is getting playtime right now. I love him to death. But, what are we doing? Seriously, what the hell are we doing? I don't know where we go from here. I get we were just on a 3-game unbeaten streak. This is a slip up. It is what it is, but this is all too common in the Thomas Frank era. That's only, 4 months in? 4 months in. And I know the calls have already been heard loud, at least on the internet, that Frank is out. Everybody wants Frank out. Again, switching the manager every 6 to 18 months is not the answer. I don't get it. Guys, that's not the answer. I get you want to play, fantastic football. You want what we had in the first 10 games of Ange. Just whole season. That's not possible. I don't truly believe that is possible, because you have to have, ownership and a managerial structure that actually wants to, spend and make teams better to make sure that consistency can stay. And you have to have a manager to implement those tactics that can make them stay and stay fresh and make changes when changes are needed. I don't know if Frank is the answer to that. I don't think he is at the moment. He is more tactically, ingrained than Ange was. It was one way and that was it. And that's why he isn't the answer. You can't constantly do that. We don't need to go through Mourinho and Conte, because that was just chasing a trophy and they're serial winners. Well, that doesn't work. We had 2 serial winners in this club. They failed miserably. And then we had some bloke from Australia, and he won us our first, trophy in 17 years. That just goes to show that no matter how many trophies you have in your cabinet or not, you can win with this squad. Now, this squad is not blameless here. Vicario, I mean, come on. It feels like every time he has a few good games, I'm like, okay, Vicario's back to his old self. Figure it out. I'm good with it. Let's keep rolling here. And then he throws up stinkers. It's like he has regressed so much. How are we still doing this? And again, there's no good answer there. You're going to throw Kinski into the fire? He's 19 years old and has played a handful of Premier League games, most of them where he's looked not the best. I'm sure he is going to be a great keeper somewhere. I don't know if that somewhere's here because he's not going to get the opportunities. Obviously, the depth, I don't know. I get we aren't at full strength right now. Solanke is MIA. Who knows when he's going to be back? I don't know. I don't think he knows. I don't know. Frank knows. I don't know if the medical team knows because he's just gone. Kulusevski hopefully is sometime soon. Obviously, Madison's done for the year. But you got to adapt. It's adapt or die. Right now, Tottenham's dying a lot. And that's obviously just not the way to go. I don't know what the true answer is here, but something has got to get figured out sooner rather than later because this is a disaster. We're now sitting, I think, 12th in the league. Now, again, it's going to be like last year. Relegation isn't going to be a real threat. But if we keep dropping games, we're going to end up finishing bottom half again. And, Forest isn't that outstanding of a team. Like, they're good. They're not great. They are a little bit struggling handling the 2 games a week with the European schedule. Tottenham should be winning this game. I don't care if it's 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-0. Tottenham should be winning this game, plain and simple. But they're not. They're losing this game 3-0 because who knows why. Overall, just it's hard to find the words. It's just disappointing. I don't know. No player ratings because nobody is worthy of anything. Just disaster of a night. Next up is a team kind of in shambles right now, and that's Liverpool. Sure. This may be a loser leaves town match for the managers. I don't know if Slot may get sacked. He may not. I don't know. This is a disaster of a season for Liverpool, and they're still above us in the table. So that goes to show, the fact that Slot may potentially get sacked less than 8 months after winning a title, maybe less than that, probably 6. Insane. And we're sitting here doing this. So that is on the 20th of December. So that is in 6 days' time. That's going to be on Saturday. We'll be back here atop the Perch. Hopefully no extenuating circumstances like the past 2 episodes that were missed. Thank you so much for watching. If you just stumbled across Top of the Perch, click like, click subscribe, tell anybody you know about it. If you want more soccer content, go check out the World Cup draw reaction from last week. Pretty interesting going through those groups. There will obviously be a lot more content on that basis coming later on next year. Obviously, World Cup, the build up to that will be entertaining. So we will be back here next Saturday for another episode of Top of the Perch. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you again soon for another episode of Top of the Perch.